All right, so let's dive into some of today's AI news. Looks like we've got a pretty interesting mix here. Articles from The Guardian, Bloomberg, even some AI blogs. It seems like we've got government shakeups to talk about. AI companions maybe hitting a bit of a snag.
Yeah.
Open source models making some serious waves, and even AI out there fixing potholes. This is going to be a packed deep dive.
Yeah, it really is remarkable to see how AI is making its way into just about every sector imaginable. We'll be taking a look at its impact on things like public services, global markets, and even the entertainment industry.
Sounds good to me. Let's kick things off with the UK. It seems like they're going all in on AI, rolling out all sorts of tools, all nicknamed Humphrey.
Humphrey!
A nod to that classic British political sitcom, Yes, Minister.
Oh, I see what they did there.
Seems like they're hoping Humphrey can help cut through all that bureaucratic red tape and just boost efficiency in public services.
Yeah, they've got this OpenAI-powered chatbot for their gov.uk portal, and there's even talk of a digital wallet for government-issued IDs in the works.
Wow, that's ambitious. But on top of all that, they're also tackling a much more down-to-earth problem with AI, potholes.
Ah, yes, potholes, the bane of every driver's existence. Surrey County Council is implementing this new AI system designed to detect potholes automatically. They're going to have cameras mounted on highway vehicles, and those cameras are going to be identifying potholes and then automatically scheduling repairs. Talk about efficiency. It saves time, it saves money. Makes you wonder what other kind of mundane tasks AI could completely revolutionize.
Absolutely. And it's not just the UK that's embracing AI for these large-scale applications. India is using AI to manage crowds at the Kumbh Mela, one of the world's largest religious gatherings.
That's a really fascinating use case. Large crowds can be incredibly dangerous, and AI can play a critical role in monitoring crowd density and movement patterns, potentially preventing tragedies like stampedes.
Absolutely. Speaking of big players, there's some buzz going around about OpenAI.
Yeah.
Word on the street is they're about to unveil something called Operator. Rumor has it this thing can actually take control of your PC and do things for you.
Now, that could be a complete game changer for personal productivity, but it also brings up some serious questions about security and control. If we have AI making decisions and taking actions on our devices, how can we be absolutely sure it stays aligned with our intentions? And how do we make sure it doesn't go rogue?
Right. Those are some valid concerns. While OpenAI is charging full steam ahead, it seems like another startup friend has had to pump the brakes a little bit. They've had to delay shipments of their AI companion pendant, aiming for the third quarter now.
Yeah, they're citing production issues, which isn't all that uncommon with hardware development. Still, the whole idea of a wearable AI companion is really intriguing. It raises questions about how we'll interact with AI on a much more personal level. Are we really ready for that kind of constant connection with a non-human entity?
It's definitely something to think about. And beyond the personal sphere, AI is also playing a huge role in the race for more powerful chips.
Absolutely. This is a global competition. Europe is worried about securing enough GPUs to stay competitive in the AI arms race. And meanwhile, you've got China's Huawei looking to challenge NVIDIA's dominance in the inference market. They're pushing their Ascend AI processors.
Wow, it seems like everyone's trying to get a piece of the AI pie. And then there's open source AI. It's becoming a real force to be reckoned with.
It really is. You've got DeepSeek, for example. They just open sourced their DeepSeek V3 model. It's a 671 billion parameter language model, and they claim that it outperforms other open source models across the board. And then there's DeepSeek-R1. It leverages reinforcement learning to achieve reasoning abilities comparable to OpenAI's top models, and all of this at a fraction of the cost.
That affordability could be a game changer. Suddenly, these really powerful AI capabilities are within reach for a much wider range of developers and organizations. What do you think that means for the future of AI development?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. If this trend of open sourcing continues, we could see a real power shift in the AI industry. Open source models could level the playing field, leading to more innovation and a lot more competition.
And that increased accessibility could lead to a wider variety of AI applications, potentially benefiting more people in a lot more ways.
Exactly. But with greater access comes a greater responsibility to think about the ethical implications of these powerful technologies. We really need to make sure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
Absolutely. Well said. Let's shift gears a bit and take a look at some of the controversies swirling around AI.
Okay, sounds good. There have been some interesting developments on the regulatory front, and even some legal challenges are popping up. It seems like in the US, politics is playing a pretty big role in the future of AI. Former President Trump's repeal of Biden's AI executive order Well, it really highlights the stark differences in their approaches to regulation.
Yeah, it's definitely adding more fuel to the fire of that whole debate about how to balance innovation with responsible AI development. I mean, some people are arguing that regulations could stifle progress, while others are saying, no, we need safeguards to protect against potential harms.
It's a tough balance to strike, and this tension is also pretty evident in Meta's decision to discontinue its U.S. fact-checking program. While still maintaining it in other parts of the world, they've hinted at a possible global expansion eventually. But for now, it raises some questions about varying approaches to misinformation and what role AI should play in content moderation.
Yeah, it's a complex issue for sure. And speaking of misinformation, it seems like OpenAI's web crawler, which they use to scrape data to train their models, has a potential security flaw.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like it can be tricked into launching DDoS attacks and even leaking sensitive information.
Yeah, that's a bit concerning. It really underscores the need for robust security measures in AI systems, especially as they become more and more integrated with the internet. And it raises questions about the data that these models are trained on and how we can guarantee responsible use.
It's a big responsibility. Let's move on to something a little lighter. The entertainment industry.
Yeah.
AI is now being used for film editing and even music creation.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how AI is influencing creative fields. The use of AI voice cloning in films like The Brutalist and Emilia Perez, well, it sparked a lot of debate about the implications for actors and even the very nature of performance. Some people see it as this amazing tool to enhance creativity, while others worry about job displacement and the potential for misuse.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Mhm.
And then you've got Grindr. They're rolling out AI features like chat summaries and a wingman feature to help users craft better messages.
It's interesting. It seems like more and more dating apps are turning to AI, trying to enhance the user experience and boost engagement. But again, it raises those concerns about privacy and data security, especially for an app like Grindr, which serves a community that's historically faced discrimination.
Good point. And while some companies are racing to integrate AI into everything, others are urging a bit more caution. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman recently advised his followers to chill and cut expectations 100x amidst all the hype surrounding artificial general intelligence.
I think that's some pretty sound advice. It's a good reminder that we're still in the very early stages of AI. And while the progress has been remarkable, true AGI is still a long way off. We need to keep our expectations grounded in reality.
Yeah, getting ahead of ourselves won't do anyone any good. But speaking of OpenAI, it seems like they're working on PhD-level super agents for an end of January unveiling.
So much for chilling. Clearly, they're not slowing down in their quest to push the boundaries of AI. And while the potential risks are certainly valid concerns, there's also a lot of excitement about the potential benefits these advancements could bring.
Yeah, it's a constant push and pull between hope and fear.
Mm-hmm.
Let's shift our focus now to AI's impact on the job market.
All right. This is a topic that's generating a lot of discussion. There's this debate about AI's potential to both create and eliminate jobs. Some experts believe that AI will lead to increased productivity and economic growth, while others fear widespread job displacement and social unrest.
There's definitely a lot of uncertainty about the future. A letter to the editor in The Guardian even argued that AI could undermine democracy itself if it leads to mass unemployment and concentrates wealth and power in the hands of a few tech elites.
That's a sobering thought. It really highlights how important it is to be having these conversations now. We need to be considering the potential social and political ramifications of AI's rapid development.
We can't just bury our heads in the sand. We need to think critically about how to harness AI's power for good, while also mitigating the potential harms.
Exactly. This includes things like investing in education and training to prepare workers for the jobs of the future, and developing policies to ensure a more equitable distribution of AI's benefits.
We need to make sure everyone benefits from these advancements. And it's not just about jobs. AI is raising some fundamental questions about intelligence itself and what it actually means to be human.
It's a philosophical can of worms. A recent article in Nature argued that AI will never truly achieve human-level intelligence, citing the limitations of current systems and the incredible complexity of the human mind.
It's hard to imagine a machine truly replicating the human experience. But even if AI never achieves true sentience, its capabilities are already having a profound impact on our lives.
Mm.
We see it in how we consume information, how we interact with technology, and even how we make decisions.
It's woven into the fabric of our daily lives.
As AI continues to evolve, these impacts are only going to become more significant.
There's no doubt about that.
And that wraps up our AI News Roundup for January 21st, 2025. We covered a lot of ground today. from government initiatives and industry developments to ethical dilemmas and even some philosophical questions. Wow, that was a lot to process.
Yeah.
It feels like we just took a whirlwind tour of the entire AI landscape. And the craziest part is things are moving so fast.
Yeah, it does feel like everything's changing at warp speed, but honestly, this is really just the beginning. AI is transforming our world in ways we're only just starting to understand, and it's up to all of us to engage in these conversations and help shape its development. We have to make sure that AI is used for the benefit of all humanity.
Absolutely. And that's really what this whole deep dive is all about, bringing you the latest developments so you can stay informed and be part of the conversation.
Exactly. Knowledge is power, especially in a field as rapidly evolving as AI.
So until our next deep dive into the world of AI, stay curious and keep exploring.